Hi, it's Patrice here. I got gum in my mouth. I'm um I'm waiting. I'm smiling all hard because I'm waiting for my husband. We're returning a rental car that he had, and I'm like, oh man, this might be a dumb time to do a video because he's gonna come back quickly, and I can talk, and then and then he gonna come and act stupid, and the whole video's not gonna happen. But anyway, I was just, I don't know, checking in to say hi, and it's just interesting. I'm finding myself, I have ideas for several things that I want to do, but I'm so scattered. I need to sit down and really focus and organize. That's the word. Not really focus, but just organize. Okay, do this first, then this, then this, because yeah, there's three things definitely that would take a little bit of time to do. And actually I started doing one this morning too. But I don't like to, when I feel like this, because I get all these different ideas and all, when I feel so scattered, that's when I like to organize. Otherwise, I'm pretty open to just do whatever I feel at the moment, in the moment, and all that. But I'm like, no, I really want to do these three different things. So I'm trying to, really schedule out time. And so that's working out well. And I just feel such an excitement in the air. I feel like this whole thing is so, I don't want to sound callous. It's bad, right? But I think it's bad because it's being really people are really going off completely in unnecessary ways about it. But and the whole toilet paper thing and all that is unnecessary. But I'm excited because I had a couple moments where I felt fear in the very beginning of all this, and it was because I was getting news, well, so-called news. It's interesting. This guy I was listening to, I think Andrew Womack, he was saying news literally means what happened, but the so-called news, they are talking about what's gonna, they're trying to predict the future, and they're predicting doom and gloom, and it's just craziness. But a couple of those types of media outlets were what brought on the fear, and it was Christians that were sharing it and all, and I had to take a step back. So I was just like, nah, no, I don't live like this. So I'm really grateful that God has really helped me with regards to trusting him and standing in faith, as opposed to allowing fear to just overtake me, and and all. And I realized a few days ago, I was like, wow, besides things being weird when I go out to the store, any store, it has been completely normal for my household. We cook every day, from scratch, and all this stuff that and then the whole homeschooling and all, or unschooling for us, that's our lives 24/7. So it's interesting to go through a pandemic and your life is not really changed much at all. It's wow. The only big difference is it is now March as of my recording this. And my husband is home more. Well, he's home, period. That's different because it's tax season, and typically my husband would be gone doing taxes and working and everything. So it's just interesting how this works. And then you see, and I don't say this in a judgmental way, but you see who's who, and where people are with regards to fear, and it's interesting, and it's okay, so let me pray for that one, let me pray for, and all that, and it's just interesting. And I Oh, one situation that had me feeling crazy. I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last video with the Sprint store that I had to go to the store. My phone froze up. I think I briefly mentioned it, but I'll just like quickly tell you what happened. So I went to the Sprint store. My phone had frozen up, and this was a repair store, so it is deemed essential and is open still. So I went to the store, and I was completely fine. Like I said, at home everything is normal, so I could like be in this bubble like in my mind. But once I leave the house and start seeing people with, looking like they got on scrubs and whatever, and the masks and the gloves and all that stuff, it's like, oh yeah, okay. But anyway, so I went to the store. When I went into the store, the lady was like, oh wait, you gotta go back out, I gotta screen you. And I was like, okay. And immediately I felt like this tightness in my chest, this feeling in my gut that was totally uncomfortable. It was fear. And I was just like, what the heck? And so I walked back out. She talked to me. She deemed that I needed to go into the store, but I had to go just in the store and off to the corner at just in the door. Couldn't go in. And so then the guy comes over to me who repairs the phones, and he comes with his tissue with the hand sanitizer on it, asked me to wipe my phone down. And I just looked at him and I was like, because I just felt the fear so intensely, and I knew it wasn't mine. I didn't go in there with that. So I knew this was one case. Wait, this is empath stuff. So you know, empath and seer stuff all wrapped into one, I guess. But because you just pick up on other people's feelings and moods, and like you just know what's going on when you walk into a place. It's like, oh, okay, that one is depressed. That one, all this stuff. Anyway, so I'm looking at him, and I couldn't even like he's, I wiped off my phone and everything, and I just looked at him and I said, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay at all." He was like, this is I feel like we should be closed, but they deem this an essential store. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, later, I got my phone fixed. Obviously, I'm using it to record this. But I was thinking about it later, and I said I was talking to my oldest daughter, who's now at home with us too, because she's working from home until the end of April, pretty much. And so, I was telling her, she was like, yeah, that does seem weird that they would be deemed essential. And I said, no, actually it's not weird, because I was like, think about it. You're right now in your home talking to me on your cell phone. And I was like, you don't have a landline in your house. And neither do I. And I said, if your phone decided to freeze up like mine did, or just break completely, or you lost it, what are you going to do? And she was like, oh, yeah, and so, of course, if you have internet service, you can, I guess, get on your laptop or whatever, if you got one of those, like, just, the phone is like, it's essential, so we both agree that, yeah, wow. So I'm just, I'm surprised my husband hasn't come yet, but there must be a bit of a line or wait. But yeah, so he and I are gonna go and get a few items for our household as far as food, and I'm ready. So I got my I made up this like disinfectant spray and I got my I was using a what is it, an old t-shirt that I cut up, but I just got some paper towels this time because I'm just gonna throw them away. But I'll wipe down, whatever, because I'm and then I got the little hand sanitizer that I made up too. But and I'm doing like, it's cool. We're doing so okay, I'm really scattered, as you can tell. I was thinking about how one of my friends, she said, what are you doing to keep your immune system boosted during this time? And so I posted it as well, and I posted some of the things that I'm doing. I was like, essential oils I'm diffusing in the air, drinking, lots of ginger tea, and doing I have elderberry syrup and elderberry gummies that I made. And I just named all this stuff that we're doing. I was like, skating. we're going outside. Like the boys and I were playing in the backyard the other day, and we cleaned up our backyard some, and getting the garden together, because I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and plant some stuff. I'm not positive, but there's some strawberries out there growing, and I'm gonna leave those. But I realized once I finished writing all this stuff that I'm doing to keep my immune system boosted, as well as my household, we do that stuff anyway. Like nothing is different at all. I'm like, wow. Like, except for like now I have like these bottles of hand sanitizer and all that we're using when we're out. But otherwise, like, nothing has changed. My husband is coming. But yeah, so it's interesting to see how things are, and I'm really loving hearing about my different friends who are now forced to homeschool their children, and forced to pretty much cook, and it's wonderful. Not everybody is enjoying it, but the ones that are enjoying it are really, like, one of my friends was like, this is cool. Like, I might want to do this. I might want to keep doing this, as far as like the homeschooling and everything. And someone else was saying how she's always said that she couldn't do it, but she was like, I like it, and I'm like, wow, like, that's neat, And not that I care about like trying to convert a bunch of people. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, but and I know, that this is living like this is bomb, okay? but it's nice to see that some, especially those who thought they couldn't, they see that they can, So that is wonderful. It's amazing. So I'm gonna stop and end the video here. This has been longer than I expected it would be, but that's great. So I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.